Have you ever felt haunted by a ghost that is still alive? A person whose absence is a more powerful presence than anyone else in the room? There is a unique and maddening ache that comes from a love that was never fully born, or one that died before it could truly live. It's a space in your world that, as the poet Edna St. Vincent Millay wrote, you must tiptoe around all day, only to fall into at night. It's the endless loop of replaying conversations, searching for hidden meanings. It's the phantom touch you feel on your arm, the scent you think you catch in a crowd. It's the constant, gnawing question of, what if? This is the intoxicating madness of incomplete love. We are, as human beings, wired to seek closure. Our minds are like meticulous detectives. They despise an unsolved case. An unfinished story creates a kind of cognitive tension, a state of suspense that demands resolution. And what is a half-lived love affair, if not the ultimate unsolved mystery? It's a masterpiece of a painting, sketched out with breathtaking potential, the vibrant colors, the dynamic composition, the promise of a story that could change your world but left unfinished. The artist walked away, leaving the canvas on the easel, forever drawing your eye, forever making you wonder what it could have been. You can't look away. And, in a strange, painful way, you don't want to. This constant pull, this magnetic obsession, is not a flaw in your character. It is a fundamental feature of our psychological landscape. The Spanish filmmaker Juan Antonio once remarked that only unfulfilled love can be romantic. And while that may be a tragic sentiment, it touches on a profound truth about human desire. We are captivated by the things we cannot fully possess. What is it about this incompleteness that sets our souls on fire? Why does a love that is ambiguous, uncertain, or just out of reach feel so much more intense than one that is stable and secure? The answer lies in the very nature of passion itself. Passion thrives on novelty, on uncertainty, on obstacles. As writer Betsy Priolo observes, love goes stale if the water doesn't stir. It needs to be agitated by obstructions, challenges, and surprises. The easily obtained is rarely the truly desired. An incomplete love is the ultimate obstruction. It is a locked door for which you were never given a key, and so your mind spends all its energy imagining the splendor of the room that lies behind it. The reality of that room might be quite ordinary, but in your imagination, fueled by the lock on the door, it becomes a palace. If this idea of love as an unfinished masterpiece, a locked room you're desperate to enter, is already resonating with you, take a moment to subscribe to Mind Decode Explained. We journey through these intricate landscapes of the mind together, exploring the hidden corridors of our own hearts. This psychological principle is something the masters of allure have known for centuries. In his seminal work, The Art of Seduction, Robert Greene describes the perfect seducer as one who masters the art of incompleteness. They operate in the space of ambiguity. They send mixed signals. They hint instead of declaring, mixing pleasure with pain, presence with absence. They stir desire and confusion in equal measure. They don't deny the physical, but they don't let it become mundane. They delay gratification, understanding that anticipation is often more potent than fulfillment. They never give you all of themselves, leaving a part of their world shrouded in mist, a territory you long to explore but are never fully invited into. They keep the canvas half-painted, ensuring you can never turn away. This dynamic of delicious incompleteness plays out in several common romantic experiences. Think of the intoxicating dance of flirtation and the early stages of dating. This entire phase is, by definition, an open case. It is built on the tantalizing promise of what could be. The air crackles with potential. Every shared glance, every lingering touch, every late-night conversation is a clue in this shared mystery you are creating together. A deep emotional connection that never crosses the line into the physical can be one of the most powerful forms of this. Part of what makes the bond so intense is precisely that it is not whole. It is shadowed by the unspoken wish for something more that would make the connection truly complete. Flirting itself is a masterpiece of contradiction, a place where opposites coexist in a beautiful, unresolved tension. It is sincerity mixed with a touch of playful deceit in the form of gentle exaggeration. It's a genuine interest in the other person, yet it never allows itself to become too serious. It's confidence that doesn't spill over into arrogance. It is a game, or better yet, a dance. You and your partner move towards a line, sometimes crossing it for a breathtaking moment, before stepping back into the safety of ambiguity. This state of being in between, not fully platonic, not fully committed, is what makes the dance so utterly compelling. It is a lack, yes, but a sweet, thrilling lack. Then there is the affair. The clandestine relationship is the very embodiment of a job left undone. By its very nature, it is fragmented. It cannot occupy the whole of your life. It exists in stolen moments, in hurried whispers, in borrowed time. Lovers in an affair may find moments of profound connection, but these moments are always framed by a larger reality of absence. They can never have the wholeness, the simple, mundane, everyday completeness of a public relationship. And it is this very fragmentation that can keep the passion burning with a feverish intensity for years, even decades. In the classic play Same Time Next Year, a man and a woman, both married to other people, meet by chance at a country inn and have a one-night stand. They are so taken with each other that they agree to meet at the same inn, on the same weekend, once a year. They do this for over 20 years. Their love is kept alive, preserved in the amber of this annual ritual. It is never allowed to face the harsh light of daily life, of bills and sickness and boredom. The tagline for the play reads, "They couldn't have had a better anniversary if they were married." The tragedy and the romance are one and the same. Their love is so powerful precisely because it is, and must always be, incomplete. In our modern world, this dynamic has found a new and powerful stage: the Internet. Online love is the ultimate, incomplete experience. It is a relationship of minds and hearts, often reaching incredible depths of emotional intimacy, but it is disembodied. As one woman shared about her online relationship, "Everything between us is wonderful. The emotional intensity is unbelievable. But it's not enough to sustain me. I need more. I need a real person, made of flesh and blood, not someone 1,000 miles away." Another described it as a love that, for now, cannot be lived, cannot breathe as it deserves. The screen is both a window and a wall. It allows for a profound connection, yet it is a constant, frustrating barrier to the wholeness of a physical relationship. The longing becomes a character in the relationship itself. The desire is not just for the person, but for the reality of them. One woman, deep in an online affair, cried out in a forum, "We are dying to meet. We need to hold each other. We need to look into each other's eyes, and we need that first kiss so badly." The intensity is fueled by the very thing it lacks. It is a beautiful, vivid painting trapped behind a sheet of unbreakable glass. This idea is not new. It is, in fact, an echo of a very old ideal: courtly love. This was a concept celebrated by the troubadours of the 12th century. They wrote of a love that was noble, secret, and explicitly non-physical. It existed outside of marriage, and its power came from its restraint. The lovers were not meant to consummate their bond, but to be ennobled by their yearning. As one scholar, Gordon Clanton, described it, the goal was not possession of the other's body, but the testing of one's own heart. In some tales, a knight and his lady might even lie next to each other all night, naked, without touching, simply to prove that their love was strong enough to overcome carnal desire. Courtly love was a love defined by perpetual dissatisfaction, and for that very reason, it was considered the highest, most passionate form of love. It was a masterpiece designed to remain forever, a sketch, its beauty residing in its eternal, unfulfilled potential. So, we are drawn to the flame of the unfinished, the unresolved, the just out of reach. This intensity, this driving me crazy feeling, feels like the very definition of being alive, of being in love. But here we must pause and ask a crucial question. Can you live your entire life in an art gallery, admiring a work that can never be finished? Is the thrill of the chase, the agony of the what if, a sustainable foundation for a lifetime of happiness? This brings us to a common misconception we hold about love, that the magnitude of our passion is the ultimate measure of a relationship's worth. We equate turmoil with depth, anxiety with devotion. We believe that if it doesn't make us a little crazy, it must not be real love. But what if the opposite is true? What if the most profound, lasting love isn't found in the heart of a storm, but in a state of profound, vibrant calm? The intense highs of incomplete love are often born from instability, insecurity, and novelty. But for love to achieve true depth, it requires time, shared experience, and trust. While instability can amplify the intensity of our feelings, it corrodes the foundation of a deep, enduring partnership. The true foundation of such a partnership is not chaos, but what the German philosopher Friedrich Kambartel called Gelassenheit, a state we might translate as a profound and generative calm. Kambartel argued that this state of calm arises when we stop trying to control things that are fundamentally beyond our control. This includes unchangeable life circumstances, the will of other people, and ultimately, even parts of our own reactive nature. When we release this futile struggle, we find a deep sense of peace. This calm is not a sign of resignation, but of profound trust that what is outside our control will not destroy the meaning we are building within our lives. In our everyday language, we think of calm as the absence of something: no storms, no stress, no drama. When we say the sea is calm, we mean there are no destructive winds or high waves. But this kind of calm is not merely an absence of the negative. It can be a powerful, positive presence. It is what actress Julia Roberts meant when she said, "The kind of energy I attract is a very calm energy." This calm is not passive or apathetic. It holds a deep, quiet strength, an unshakable core. It is a force so steady that, as Oscar Wilde once quipped, nothing is so aggravating as the calm of other people. It challenges the drama, addicted parts of ourselves. In the context of a loving relationship, this profound calm is the beautiful result of deep security and mutual satisfaction. It comes from the quiet joy of shared time and shared purpose. The excitement in this kind of relationship doesn't come from the drama of will they or won't they, but from the quiet miracle of mutual growth. The thrill is in seeing your partner become more of who they are, and in feeling them help you do the same. This vibrant, living calm is the soil in which a love that is both deep and lasting can grow. It is the moment the artist finally picks up the brush again. But this time, they are not alone. There are two of you. And you are not painting a static image to be admired from afar. You are building a home, a living, breathing space of safety, growth, and shared joy. So, what do we do with the memory of our unfinished masterpieces? We do not need to slash the canvas or pretend they were not beautiful. The intoxicating madness of an incomplete love teaches us about the depths of our own capacity for passion, for imagination, for longing. It shows us what parts of our hearts are waiting to be awakened. We can honor the beauty of the sketch. We can appreciate the power of the mystery. But we must also recognize it for what it is: a story that was not meant to be our whole story. The goal is not to chase that dizzying, frantic high for the rest of our lives. The goal is to take the passion, the color, the life force we discovered in that incomplete state and learn to invest it in a love that is whole. A love that is not a beautiful, untouchable object in a museum, but a warm, comfortable, ever-evolving home for your soul. A love that doesn't drive you crazy, but gently, calmly, and profoundly brings you home to yourself.